Joe Manchin was on Jake Tapper's program, and largely it is, I don't think Joe Manchin's going to become a Republican per se, although one never knows. But because it's his brand to be the Democrat who bucks the Democratic Party. But who knows? He's probably doing polling. He's up for re-election in 2024. Here's Jake Tapper asking that question.
Anybody becoming a U.S. citizen until the border was deemed secure.
Yeah. After Arizona Senator Kyrsten Sinema announced she was leaving the Democratic Party in an interview with me about a week and a half ago, you later said in an interview that you'll let us know what you're going to decide to do. So I'll ask you, do you intend to remain a member of the Democratic Party?
I don't think there's anyone more independent than me and the way I've been voting in my entire life, over 40 years. I'm not a Washington Democrat, and I have a lot of good friends who aren't Washington Republicans. This party tribal mentality is killing our country. People are sick and tired of it. I respect Kyrsten's decision. God bless her. She made her decision, and she's very articulate in the way she's pointed out of why she did what she did. And I think that basically I'll make my decision whenever I make a decision, or if I do make a decision, I'll do it, and I'm not in any hurry to do that. So, the bottom line is I'm not changing how I vote. I'm not changing how I approach a problem. If my Republican colleagues have a good idea, I'm for it. I can go home and explain it. If the Democrats have a good idea, I can support that also. And I'm not afraid to say I can't support something that makes no sense at all to the Democrats or Republicans. So just people have gotten so, it's what team are you on? I'm on one team. I'm on the American team. I would like to think we're all on the same side. We just have different branches, that's all. But the same side is the American side.
Democratic.
That's a sweet sentiment from a guy who is definitively not on the team of the vast majority of his constituents. He is on one team, and it is Team Manchin. And it includes his daughter, who he installed and got a fake degree for, and has made a ton of money. But that's look, that's Manchin's just engaged in a branding activity, and I think he knows, unlike Sinema, he knows that he is going to have the Democratic lane in West Virginia all to himself. That to the extent that there's any party apparatus that's going to provide him funding, he will have exclusive claim to it. As opposed to if he drops into the Republican side, he's going to actually have to run a primary, and he could win or he may not win. So I think it's unlikely he's going to jump parties or even go and be called an independent.
And maybe he leaves in 2024 to run for governor or something like that.
That's one of the things I've heard too.
But like when he also talks about how it's team this, it's team that, it's just, I'm sick of this. It's like saying I'm swimming in the ocean and it's wet. It's so wet. Well, like, why isn't it drier? I mean, you're in politics, man, and it's a situation where we have two parties in this country. That's how it's shaken out. It's the reality of the situation.
Well, it's just a different way to divide people. Instead of blue and red, there's people who think there's teams, and there's people like me who are all about unity, and the people who aren't about unity are actually the bad guys. But that's actually just different teams.
I wonder if, by the way, Sinema is kind of making it easier for her to exit in 2024 by becoming an independent. I don't know.
Making it easier for her to exit the Senate?
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, they're mounting already a primary challenge for her in Arizona, the Democratic Party there. They don't want her.
Well, but the point is, yes, she knew that she wasn't going to survive a Democratic primary, but now she goes right into the general election. And
I don't think that that's the case in Arizona, though. I think we had a call that someone's called. We should clarify that. Does Sinema still have to go through the Democratic primary now that she's declared herself as an independent?
Oh, no, she wouldn't have to.
Really?
No. No, for ballot access, no. She'll need signatures.
Okay.
But she won't need to go through the Democratic primary any more than a Republican would at this point.
Yeah, you know that when they talk about like signing your soul to the devil, signing Sinema's signatures to get her on as an independent, basically as close as you can do on this actual Earth.